In this Teesom video, I'm going to introduce you to the new version 2 art layout in Teesom, launching with revision 26 soon. First and foremost, the most important thing I need you to know is that all of your existing artwork will be converted to version 2 art, and you will not have to do anything. And of course, that will happen when revision 26 launches. Your artwork will still be there and ready to use. With the introduction of version 2 art, you'll notice that several areas throughout Teesom have a new look and some updated options when working with the artwork. In this video, I'm going to walk you through those changes, and we're going to start right here on the job board. I have an existing order here, and I have a lot of existing orders here that have been converted because I am using the new revision right now. And when I click on the art progress circle, this is going to look the same. This is our art list where we can see all the designs that are inside one order. And then when we click on the hyperlink there, you will begin to see the new layout and features available to you. We're going to create some art here in a minute, but I just wanted to assure you that all of your art has just been moved to a different type of layout. We're going to show you the new features here in a minute. So let's close out of this for now, and let's head over to the main menu, and we're going to click on the artwork board. And let's look at some of the changes here. So of course we have filter options at the top, and this is pretty much the same as your previous artwork board. However, we do have a few little sort features or filter features available to you. So recent activity drop down, you can look at waiting for approval, previously approved, etc. And then on the stages, I have, as you can see, several art stages that I use, and we're going to show you in future videos take advantage of these art stages. And of course, all you'll have to do is click on the option you're looking for, hit apply, and then everything will get updated. Under the types, obviously, if I want to filter by a certain embellishment type, I can do that. And then if I want to filter by a specific customer, all I have to do is start typing that customer's name in, check off the box, hit apply, and it'll filter by that customer. And then of course you also have the status options there that you can filter by. Show me all the inactive, hit apply. And then of course you can filter by a date range, but you can also say that you want to filter by the created date or the last activity date. So a lot of cool features there to filter by. Let's go ahead and turn off all the filters there and all the filters here. And I would like to now show you how to create a new design. And when we come here to the artwork board and click on new design, just as in the previous version of art, it's going to allow me to create art without a quote or an order associated with it. So I'm going to simply click on the new design. I'm going to start with picking a customer and simply type in that customer's name. Click on the customer's name. This new piece of art is now linked to that customer. And just as in the previous version as well, all I'm going to do is type in what the design is. And then just as in previous version, Teesom will auto-generate the design number, or you can start typing in this field to create your own design number. I'm going to click on the browse option to upload the image the customer has provided to me. And I'm simply going to click on the design that is what the customer has supplied to me. This is now the quote image. Let's go ahead and say what the imprint location is going to be. I'm just going to select the left chest, and then the imprint type is going to be, I'm going to use the DTF option and come over here and just use that small DTF that I have in my price list drop down. And then here is where I would type any instructions from the customer. At this point, I can browse to upload any kind of PDF, AI file, any kind of file that I want to attach to this or link to this particular new art that I'm creating. Once I click Create Artwork, it now just simply creates the art and assumes that I am done. If I click on Create and Edit Artwork, it's now going to want me to upload the mock-up images and things like that. So let's go ahead and just create the artwork. And now you can see that it has created that art. And now maybe I am ready to start working on that art. So all I would simply do is click on the three dots, go to the edit option, and notice I have two other options in there. So I'm just going to hit edit. And now I'm going to slowly walk you through how you would create new art inside of Teesom. So now that the quote image has been added, I'm on the details page here. I can see the stage is new for this particular piece of art, and that the status has really no status on it. If I wanted to leave it as inactive, that means we're just not doing anything with this design right now. If I want, I can move it to active, and I can assign it to an artist by clicking the drop down where the new stage is and assigning it to my artist one to say, hey, you have art to work on. They will also be able to go to the artwork board, filter by this particular stage, and see all art that has been assigned to them. So let's go ahead and click on Assign to Artist 1. So now let's close out of this and let's head back to the job board just so I can show you this for a fact. If I'm now the artist and I come in and log into Teesom, click on the artwork board, and I'll see right away that there is something assigned to me. But remember, I can also filter to say, show me all the designs that have been assigned to me. And then I can pick which one I want to start working on if there's a level of urgency or importance to it. Once I have the design, I'm going to simply click on the edit button to now go back to start working on it. So I'm the artist now. And the first thing I may want to do is click on the view instructions, which I can also get from clicking on this option. This would have been anything that the sales rep has typed in for me to additionally add to the quote image that appears here. If there's no changes or anything, I can move on to images. And here's where the magic begins. This is where now I can create a mock-up for this design. So when I click on Create Mock-up, remember, this is a quote that doesn't exist yet, so there is no order attached to this piece of art yet. So when I click on the art to say I want to create a mock-up for it, it wants me to pick a garment, but I have no garment because I have no order. But that doesn't mean I can't search a catalog and go find something if I know that they're tentatively looking for jackets and the jackets are gray. So maybe I just know a particular item I want to use to mock it up. And I simply just type in that style number, hit search, and there I can find the champion jacket that I'm just going to mock it up on. This may not be the product that they end up going with, and I will have to create a new mock-up once they do decide, but I just want to show them something right now. We'll select this S&S item here, click on the graphite jacket, because that's the one we want to use for the mock-up. Click on the front option, hit apply, and once you see it over here, you can now go position the piece of art. Now, it will always dump it dead center there and have it pretty big, but let's go ahead and resize it and just move it to the placement where we believe we're going to want to put that design. Now the image that I'm using is a PNG. It already had no background, but in a minute we'll be using a piece of art that will actually remove the background from, but I don't have to worry about it for this image. Once I have everything the way I want it, I'm then going to click on Create Mockup. And look how it now said, here, you've got one mockup here. In Teesom, as you know, and have been familiar with from day one, we've always required a quote image, a zoomed image, and a placement image. So I am going to now change the quote image and also make it the zoomed image. And I'm going to click over here on the mockup and I'm going to make it the placement image. Once I do that, when I move to approvals, it's alerting me that, yeah, you're almost there, but you're missing some measurements and imprint details, and we haven't defined a color yet. So we're going to head back to details, and we're going to edit the details. From this area, now that I'm in edit mode, now I can actually capture the final measurements. So we're just going to say this is 2 by 3 inches. And then because no colors have been defined, I'm simply going to type in the box that we're going to be printing black. And let's go ahead and add that. If we have a look at the images that are in here now, notice it does say 1 of 2 images. I can click throughout this and show the zoomed image as well as the placement image there. We're going to head back to approvals, and notice because I did not hit save, it wants to know, hey, do you want to save and then switch to that tab? Or do you want to discard the switch and still continue to work here? Or do you want to cancel this? So let's go ahead and hit save and switch. Once we save, we can now see that our art is ready for approval. And do we need any approval comments? Do we need to tell the customer that underneath that embroidery there's 3mm puff foam, or that in that screen print ink we're going to add some glitter to it? So anything like that that isn't so self-explanatory in the art details, we need to make sure that the customer will see that information on the online art approval. Let's go ahead and move over to production now. And do we need to add any production notes at this time? Probably not. So let's go move on to linked orders and show you what's in there. Because this is the very first piece of art I'm doing for Walking Tree, there are no linked orders there to be found. Again, if I was doing an existing customer with an existing piece of art, well then yes, there would be linked orders in there. And then on the communication tab, when I click on this, again, all of this was in the previous version of art in Teesom. You're just seeing it in a different area now, and it's looking a little bit different, but it's really all the same thing. This is where I can actually instant message my customer about anything. So imagine I want to show this art image to this customer right now. I can actually come over here to the images, click on the placement image, click on download, then head back to the communication tab. I can actually go ahead and attach that file from my downloads and quickly send this off to the customer to say, hey, do you approve this? So it's not necessarily the online art approval, but I could pre-send this and say, do you approve this? And if I get that message back and they now say yes, well then guess what? I can complete that art. And then I added a status in here that says, hey, the customer pre-approved this. So when I go to use this art on an order, I can immediately move it to self-approve and be done with it. The final thing I wanted to show you is how you can go into an existing order on your job board, and maybe 50% of the art has already been done in the first version of our art, but now you want to click on the progress circle and go do the second piece of art with revision 2 art now. Let's go ahead and click on the hyperlink, and as you can see, I've got no information really plugged in here, especially no images. So remember, this is the quote image. So I'm going to click on manage images, and I'm going to click on upload image just to get that quote image in there. I'll go ahead and select the design that's going on the sweatshirts that we're doing, And this is, remember, the image the customer has provided to me. So now I can pin this as the quote image, but I can also use it for the mock-up. So let's go ahead and create that mock-up. We're going to select the art image. Now we're going to select the garment. There's those 18500s. Let's go ahead and click on it. And we are using the ash color, so I'm going to select it. Again, I'm going to choose the front image, hit apply. Once I see it up in the upper right hand corner, I can now go in to position it. The first thing I want to do is, because this was a mock-up from some khaki colored things that we did, I want to remove that background. So while I have the image selected, I can click on remove background. And then when I'm done with the remove background features, and if you look kind of closely, you can still see that inside of the E and the A, you still see some pieces of the khaki color. So I'm just going to click on that to get rid of it. And once I'm done, I can then click on background there to kind of get rid of that edit mode that I was in for the background. And now I can resize this, whether I want to keep it big still or resize it to make it a left chest, whatever I want to do there. And then I can simply position where I want to put that design. Once I'm done, I'll click on create mockup. And maybe I don't want to use that anymore as the quote image because it does have the khaki background. So I can easily go upload a new image, but I would simply go into My Corel or Adobe Illustrator or Canva or anything and just create that design with a gray background. Okay, so I've done just that. I did create the design with the gray background. So I'm simply going to upload that image right now, select it, bring it in. And now we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to make this the quote image. And not only are we going to make it the quote image, but we're also going to make it the zoomed image. And then honestly, we can get rid of this. So let's go ahead and delete that out. And then the last thing I want to do is make this mocked up image the placement image. But I do want to show you one thing. If we forgot to make this the placement image, when we head over to approvals, look what it says. Hey, you got to head back to images because you have no placement image. So it's going to tell us what we need to finish doing if we try to move on when we can't. So let's take that mock-up image and again pin it as the placement image. Now when we go to approvals, now it's saying, hey, everything's copacetic, we're good to go there. All right, now additionally, do we want to move this to complete now? And do we want to say that this is ready for approval now? So now when we close out of this and head back to our job board, we can see that the art progress circle is now blue and 100%. Again, the blue representing that I've got something to do, and that something is I have to now send the approval request. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Again, you're seeing a new screen here, but same options. You have the toggle that if you have more than one design, you can switch it to approve every imprint. You could click on the blind approval. So all the options are in here. You can just preview and send as you normally would. One final thing is, what does it look like when the customer sees that online art approval? Let's go ahead and open up the order and let's head over to the approvals. And when we click on the revision 1, you are now going to see the new online art approval that is going to the customer. And I'm going to zip through this because it's really all the same. There is a little bit of different information. Absolutely, the layout looks differently, but you guys are going to have a chance to view this on your own as well. They'll be able to see it's revision 1, same as before. They've got a little summary here now. And Obviously, they can click on the image itself to pop it out. They can see the second image in there, and when they click on it to pop it out, they can see the mock-up there. And then do they approve, or do they want to request some changes? So go ahead and hit approve on this one. And then same thing, here's job 2, the t-shirts image. Do we want to see the mock-up there? Do we approve, or do we want to request changes? And then they can submit their changes. If they continue to scroll down, notice they will see a new area here where they can simply message you a question, and they're going to be able to attach any kind of image to this, as well as type in all the information. When they send the image, where are you going to see that? Well, when we click back over here, if you go to your call out button, any message that your customer is sending to you will appear in this call out area. And then of course your terms and conditions are in here, and they must check the box as well as enter their name, and then they can submit the response. Any changes that they missed, then it'll bring them back up to anything that they didn't complete. So they can submit their changes and then submit the response. So this is now tagged as rejected, and the same art processes will follow as you've been using. Thank you so much for watching this quick overview. We know you're probably going to have a few questions, so don't forget the best way to reach out to our tech support. You'll simply click on the light preserver icon in the upper right hand corner and start an immediate ticket with our support team. Thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoy this new release.